Welcome, everybody. PT Pipe Bomb being recorded live from the dungeon, Brooklyn, New York. Jim, what's going on?
I am swell, to use a 70s term. What is up with you?
Oh.
Swell, gnarly, groovy, tubular.
You know, that's usually like a plumbing term, you know. Well.
This is quite true.
Yes.
It also happens when you stump your toe on a table.
That is true, too.
Fucking painful.
Done that quite a few times the last few days.
Ouch. Is all I could say.
Because I'm not wearing my steel tip boots, that's why.
That would explain it.
Okay, so, good news.
Yes, stupid
Makes its
news.
return.
Number 3.
It's number 2 or number 3, I'm not sure. I kind of lost count already. Well,
Okay.
I know we did one.
At least one.
So, we lead off the show.
I'm laughing already.
And you've seen the video, because I posted it. Crazy drunk asshole drives through an airport only after the cops found drugs in his car.
Ow.
Now, while we're talking about this video, and you can kind of hear it in the background a little bit, he drives through the front door of the airport. Okay?
And to make matters worse, there's snow on the ground, so they're just skidding all over the place.
This is from Kazan Airport.
Where the fuck is Kazan?
It's across the water.
In where? Turkey?
Probably, I believe, Turkey.
Oh.
Now, mind you, there's 4 cops trying to hold on to this car. Drives around the baggage return, through another set of doors, down some hallway in the food court. There they go. Almost runs over some lady. Well, leave it. Oh, you notice how none of the snow is melting off the car?
That is quite true.
Okay?
Wow.
And the Benny Hill music is still fucking hilarious till this day.
Any chase scene you put the Benny Hill theme in makes it 10 times funnier.
Another set of doors.
And here he goes, whoop,
with the cops slipping and sliding all over the place from the wet tires.
And the wet shoes.
Through the check-in, out another door, hits another door, stops, reverses. This guy is a little fucking confused.
Wow, look at that.
The cop is holding on to the passenger door, by the way.
Oh.
And finally goes through the bulletproof glass.
Wow, holy shit. Oh, look at that, there he is.
Oh. To only get stopped after wrecking the car. All right, wait, no, there he goes again.
Oh, they got him.
And they finally pulled him out of the car.
And we apologize for no video on this, because nobody out there could see it. They can only hear it and use their imagination.
By the way, this video was also translated from Spanish.
Ah, see.
But I don't know if you can really translate Benny Hill music.
Oh, wow.
Your comments on this video?
All he had to do was go through a security checkpoint. He didn't have to go through all that fucking trouble.
Well, he was trying to get away from the cops that found drugs in his car.
Not to mention he was also drunk, wasn't he?
Yes, drunk.
So a drunk
had to have been highly drunk off his ass to drive through an airport.
So he was drunk behind the wheel, contraband discovered in his car, and attempted to elude the police through the inside of an airport. So he's fucked.
I don't think you could be any more fucked knowing the fact that you just destroyed federal property.
And he is more fucked than a career porn star.
Links to this possible video might be on our page later on.
Absolutely.
I'm
sorry.
It really just drives me nuts that you have airport security chasing this guy through the airport.
Flipping, too.
None of the snow melted off the car inside the warm airport, which I kind of find really funny.
Well, you never know. Maybe the heating system was down. It could have been cold
But you're in the airport with snow outside. I could see them slipping on the water as tires are going through the airport. I can understand that.
Well, they also had snow on the bottom of their boots.
You know, the fucking boneheads that, I don't even know why you'd be even bringing drugs to the airport anyway, unless you were smuggling them.
Yeah, he could possibly have been muling the drugs.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a little hard to go to this next one.
Brace yourself, people.
If we were able to do a raise of hands to how many people have the one specific cat person in their neighborhood, this little old bitch took the cake. And if we were to show this to the cat woman across the street, I think she'd be going after this woman.
Or she would have just fainted because of her insatiable love for cats.
This article comes from worldnewsdailyreport.com.
Okay.
And it's from Texas.
Ali.
The land of steers and queers. And this woman is neither one.
I don't see any horns.
Waco, in fact.
Waco.
Now, you know about Waco.
Waco.
An 85-year-old woman has been arrested by local law enforcement after being caught on film kidnapping one of her neighbor's cats.
Bad enough.
Which she's also accused of making fur coats with the cats.
Ooh. Oh. What the fuck? She's 85. She doesn't even remember her own fucking name.
I really, at some point, would like to know where this woman got this demented idea from.
Maybe from her dementia?
Now, the article does go to read, the disappearance of domestic animals in the neighborhood started to raise suspicion from local residents when some people started to notice the old lady's particular fur coats. Some even recognizing their cats in the fur coats. The fact that the lady vehemently denied before being caught on videotape by a private detective was hired by local residents to follow the suspicious lady. This is the picture of one of her fur coats.
What the fuck? Are those the cats in the coat?
Read the description. Did you see this?
Okay, it says, it is estimated she used over 30 cats to make one single fur coat, and over 20 fur coats were found in the house during the arrest. Do the math, people. That's a shitload of fucking cats.
30 cats per jacket.
20 jackets.
That's 600 cats.
Yep.
That's a lot of neighborhood animals missing.
Wow. Poor cats. Yes, I'm an avid cat lover. I happen to have 4 of them myself.
Oh, it doesn't also mean anything that she's a retired fashion designer who lured the neighborhood cats with food and then skinned them in the basement where she dried the skins. So there are a lot of naked cats running around the neighborhood at this point.
Yeah, I'd say so, unless the sick bitch killed the cats to get rid of some evidence.
It gets better.
Ooh, better.
She also used the meat of the cats to lure other cats in.
So she did kill the cats.
Who didn't know that they were eating their own species.
Ooh.
Now, Peter got involved with this lovely thing, and we've had Peter before on the show.
Mm-hmm.
She's only being assessed 18 months in jail.
That's it? She gets a year and a half?
Legal experts assess the 85-year-old woman could spend up to 18 months in jail for her crimes.
Oh,
She kills 600 cats and is only getting 18 months in jail.
That's a fucking joke. Who does she know?
Now, you and I both know that story behind the Vic thing.
Yes, we do.
I'm not sure if you want to Google it. Yes, Google gets a shot at. How long was Vic in jail for that fucking dog shit? The dog fighting crimes?
I don't remember. I don't remember exact number. I just know it was basically like the equivalent to a slap on the wrist because of who he is and what he does.
But 18 months?
That's a fucking joke. The justice system is a fucking joke.
That's a fucking retarded thing. I understand she's 85. So you give her the leniency because she's an elderly woman. But are you kidding? 18 months?
I mean, what are they going to say? Oh, but she's 85. She didn't know what she was doing. She knew what she was doing when she put together 20 fucking fur coats out of 30 cats, each coat.
You know, some of these people just really need to be fucking smashed in the face with a shovel.
Seriously.
It just really, you know what? I can't even If the bitch across the street was doing that, that would be more than 18 months.
It would be like 18 years if she was doing that.
I would have given her a fucking year for every freaking cat she killed. I'm not a cat person, but that's just a little retarded.
That's okay. Not everyone likes cats.
Fox News Chicago.
Ooh, Chicago.
Posted. Now, mind you, this was an article back from August of last year, but it depicts the stupidity of these douchebags.
Oh, the fucking morons who put their feet up on the dashboard right where the airbag is?
Yes.
Do you realize that a fucking airbag deploys at 200 miles an hour?
Between 100 and 220. Which, airbags alone do enough damage when they have just your face in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
You want to put your knees there. Would you rather not have a skull when you're done?
Guess not. Morons. And ironically, which we'll get into the topic at a later time, the picture that I was just looking at had two little millennials in the picture. Go figure, youth of America.
And the bitch is on her phone.
Stupid fuck.
Texting.
What a dopey bitch.
Now, mind you, they're driving what seems to be a Nissan. And it looks like a T-top. People, don't put your fucking feet on the dashboard. As a driver, I don't need to see your knobby-ass fucking knees when I go to look in my fucking side view mirror. And I definitely don't want to know that you died because the airbag pushed your knees into your fucking eye sockets and exploded your skull.
Ouch.
That's not a mess I want to clean up in my car.
I wouldn't either.
I'd buy myself a new car after that.
Right?
Fucking morons.
Yep. A lot of them out there.
There are some other articles here. Now, we've gone over this one before, but I really think it needs to have been brought back.
Resurrect the old stuff.
There's an article on here, again from December, but these articles are still an ongoing topic.
Is it that funny?
Well, this one here is not really on the funny side. This is an article on originality.
Okay.
Okay? This is from Channel 11 News, Pix 11.
Okay, that's reliable.
Here in New York City, which is not close to the dungeon, by the way.
Nope. Or is it?
Well, a supermarket chain, I cannot specifically say the chain name out loud, ripped off a sandwich from a bodega guy who specifically makes these sandwiches and is not only ripping the sandwich off, but they're charging more for the sandwich. Now, it's a chopped cheese sandwich, which in some other words, I will say it as a cheese steak. But the guy has named it as a chopped cheese sandwich. We're both obviously food connoisseurs. But if you see the sandwich in two different spots, and you see one cheaper, where are you going to go?
I'm going to go to the place that's cheaper.
Okay. So, the place in East Harlem, where this all originated, got kind of offended that the supermarket chain ripped off his food. I mean, Philadelphia, you could see it happen because it's cheesesteak and that's Philly. But in New York City, that's really bad.
Say so. Like, what would happen if a chain store takes your idea for a sandwich or for something else, and it becomes something big? They find out the originator of the recipe. You can earn royalties off that shit. Why would they get pissed off about that?
Well, that's the unfortunate thing with food. You really can't trademark a food.
Anyone could claim it as their own.
Unless you're in a major chain.
Absolutely.
Now, obviously, there are the quote-unquote aftermarket recipes. Like I've done quite a few of the Olive Garden recipes at home.
Good shit.
But it's the same right, though. Like, it's cheesesteak.
Exactly.
But how do you turn around and say, well, I'm going to take this specific recipe and then charge $5 more for it.
That makes absolutely no fucking sense.
Well, apparently there's a rebellion to this whole issue.
Is there?
And there's somehow taking action against the supermarket for where this whole issue is happening. But at the same time, though, like, if you know that this store is very popular for that actual meal,
yeah,
then you shouldn't have the ability to rip it off.
True.
But again, that's food, and apparently a lot of places can get away with it.
Right. I mean, it's not like they're ripping off, like, logos or designs, or, something to that effect. It's food.
I mean, it does look like a really yummy sandwich, though.
It does look like a yummy sandwich, and I once again apologize that you people out there can't see what we see right now, but we are only audio for the time being, so suck it up, Cupcake. But that does look like a very, very tasty sandwich.
It almost makes you want to drive up to East Harlem just to get it.
Seriously, right?
$3.50 for that sandwich is just not bad at all. I don't know. I just couldn't see myself driving all the way to Philly for a fucking Philly cheesesteak and then come back.
Seriously. You can get a goddamn Philly cheesesteak at the goddamn Subway on Flatbush Avenue.
Oh, my God. Well, actually, no, that Subway's gone now.
Is it now?
Yes, it's been,
gutted?
It's not that it's gutted. The IRS seized the store.
Did they?
For not paying their taxes for 2 years.
Bucks. Were they Wesley Snipes? Ooh.
To honestly tell you, though, like, that's another thing. We're just at the beginning of tax season.
We are.
And to know that a local eatery like that didn't pay their taxes for 2 years, you're fucked in the head.
Yeah, not only that, it's, as we all know, that actions in the dark will appear in the light. You are going to get caught eventually. People, wise the fuck up.
But how do you know that you have a great business like that and you're not taking care of it?
Because they're morons. I mean, you've been in there before. We've both been in there before. You see the dumb fucking mooks that they got working there? It's ridiculous.
Just for good food, you have to deal with assholes.
Right? They make a fucking triple-digit income with a freaking half-a-digit IQ. It's ridiculous.
So, in the news recently, this is a tear between a December article and recent. The government is stepping up. Recently, in Sheepshead Bay, 250 pounds of psychedelic mushrooms, along with cash, marijuana, and other paraphernalia, were seized.
Wow. In Sheepshead Bay, you said?
In Sheepshead Bay.
Huh.
Now,
I like mushroom.
It was off of East 13th Street, which can be a quiet neighborhood sometimes.
Yeah.
But it was around the Sheepshead Bay houses that a lot of this stuff was seized.
Yeah.
And you actually work pretty close to the Sheepshead Bay houses.
Yeah.
$30,000 in cash. 300 gift cards.
Like random gift cards?
Random gift cards.
Yeah.
The mushrooms.
No, thank you.
250 pounds. That's a lot of shrooms.
I'd say so. 250 pounds?
250 pounds.
Oh.
Now, the weed wasn't a lot because it was only an ounce, but an ounce is like a sneeze.
It'd be like a personal stash.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So the total estimate of everything that was seized was $2 million.
Wow. Now, the question is, because we all know that, I mean, let's just call a spade here. I'm not dumping on anyone of authority right now, but anyone with a half a brain knows when shit like that gets seized, do you really think all of it makes the evidence room? What do you think some cops keep it for themselves?
At this point, will tell you yes, only because this raid, this capture, was under investigation by NYPD, the DEA,
of course,
New York State Police,
Marshals,
and ICE.
Huh.
Immigration and Customs.
As far as the ATF wasn't involved, the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms.
And believe it or not, these guys, and I'd hate to reach the age of 47 and the age of 50 at this point.
Yeah.
Because the two gentlemen that were arrested were 47 and 50.
Wow. Idiots.
And the other gentleman on the he got arrested 2 blocks over, was from Staten Island, and he was only 26.
Figures. Stay classy, Staten Island.
The funny thing out of all of this is that they were growing these mind-altering mushrooms in their own backyard.
They weren't using it for their salads either.
Now, this just leaves me a little confused. Because you're growing this shit outdoors for people to see.
Unless they had it in like a little greenhouse area, like enclosed and shit.
Well, no, all of these pictures are showing the basement of the house. That's nuts.
Is nuts.
In Tupperware containers.
Huh.
The 36-gallon Tupperware containers.
And see-through, nevertheless.
So, this again leads me to believe the stupidity of people that you're going to do this shit wide open for people to see. That's how fucking stupid they are.
Say so.
Wow. Now, we obviously have this new President Trump.
Yep.
And Trump is setting people on fire, so to speak. This article here has to go with the ICE, Immigration and Customs. And they had this whole travel ban thing and their limitations and whatnot.
Yeah.
First off, I really want your opinion on this whole travel ban, this immigration thing. I know you've heard it in the news because it's just
all the time.
Well,
you can hear it in my voice how often I've heard about it.
Well, just for the listeners' sake, because we all know they've heard about it. Show me your opinion on it. Because this next article will definitely hinge on what you say.
Wow. I, in a sense, do not agree with it because whether they're Muslim or Pakistani or Indian or whatever background they are, if they are legal, documented citizens of the United States, why are you preventing them from coming home? Because they're 3 or 4 shades darker than you are, Mr. President? You're banning these people from coming back to their families? What would happen if they have to go out of the country on business? For like their legit job. They have to go somewhere on business. You're going to tell me that they're not allowed to come home to their wife and their kids because you are a racist, orange-toned bigot who doesn't like anyone who's darker than you? Come on already.
I don't think I could have said that any better.
See?
People are people. They got to make their living.
Absolutely. Don't stop them. It's like, they're not stopping you from doing what you're doing. Why should you have to stop them?
Well, as of recently, ICE has been running around doing immigration, obviously, because they're ICE. In our area and other areas, they've been going out in droves.
Yeah.
Buffalo. Buffalo wings.
Ooh,
the Sabres.
The Sabres. The Bills.
Nobody really gets that Sabres reference. Trust me on this.
No.
Buffalo Bill. Not the Bills, but the Bill. The cowboy.
Like Wild Bill Hiccup?
Yes, White Bill. 30 people were detained, accused of being in the country illegally. And amongst those is a convicted sex offender who had previously been deported.
Wow. Wait, where was this held? Or
Buffalo.
In Buffalo. Hello. Sorry, I had a brain fart. You just said Buffalo before.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection said the sex offender was amongst 7 men from Mexico and Honduras detained by Border Patrol agents on Grand Island north of Buffalo Tuesday.
Right.
A day earlier, 23 people were arrested in the Buffalo suburb of Hamburg. Now, I understand politically, people are talking about the wall, keeping people out, letting people in, not letting them fly home, whether it be to the U.S. or outside of the country. but just this immigration shit alone is fucking nuts.
It is. It is, because Trump clearly, and I'm sorry, I know there's Trump supporters out there, so I'm not trying to piss in the face of your beliefs, but I refuse to call him Mr. President. I'm just calling him Trump, or Trump the Hump, as I like to call him too. But I think it's just ridiculous that he's putting on this act, this Hollywood act, about he's going to try to make America great again. No, you're trying to be the next coming of Hitler or Benito Mussolini, and you're acting like a dictator. You were going to be the white Saddam Hussein and turn everything into a dictator. There's no democracy anymore. You're turning everything into a dictatorship because you don't want to make America great again. You just want to make America white again. You're trying to get everybody out who isn't white. I mean, I'm white too, but I'm worried over that fact because his views on deportation and getting anybody out who isn't of Caucasian skin is worrying me, because he's going to piss off all the other races and they're going to wind up coming after everybody who's white because of it. I am worried.
Well, I'll be worried, but my thing is this, that now, yes, this is stupid news.
But sometimes we get serious.
We do have our serious note. But it's funny how the article was in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, it's out of the blue.
It's up there.
Because you'd never expect anything in the Northeast to be shot up in the news like that.
Right.
But I think the stupid part is that one of them was a sex offender, convicted one, that was already deported in the first place, and somehow miraculously got himself back into the country.
Alias.
To only be deported again!
Like, you didn't learn the first time, right?
Well, he's probably going to learn the second or third time.
Right? It's creepy to think about that. There could be a registered sex offender who lives on like next door to you.
You never know, but there are ways that you can look them up online, though. There are websites that do show you sex offenders in your neighborhood.
Shout out to www.truthfinder.com.
Yes. Another shameless plug on stupid news.
Yes. Courtesy of PTP, ladies and gentlemen.
So we've seen drunk druggies driving through airports.
Shout out to the late Benny Hill.
Yes. We've seen, or read, actually.
Yes.
An 85-year-old woman who's a former fashion designer skinned 600 cats to make 20 coats. Wow. Sex offenders who have been deported before being re-deported. I don't know, was I actually saying that right? Re-deported?
It makes sense. I mean, maybe to just you and I, but it makes sense.
Oh my God. Really?
It is becoming that time of the night.
Holy shit. Wow. It blows my mind. Oh, and then we have the open-air mushroom-growing idiots with $2 million worth of product down the toilet.
$2 million. Just give me the cash. I'll put it to some legal use.
Yeah, but it's got locked up by the DEA, NYS, and New York City police, and
never mind that shit,
ICE. Then. How did immigration even get into that? I don't know.
Maybe they were immigrants who were growing the shrooms.
Well, they did say that there were Russian guys in the article, but that's besides the
probably Russian outfit guys from Brighton.
Yeah, but Sheep's at Bay and Staten Island, that's a really bad mix.
Especially because Staten Island sucks. Sorry.
Oh, we're all allowed to say that.
You never know. There could be a Staten Islander out there who wouldn't take too lightly to what I just said.
People, don't get too offended.
Yeah.
You live in a garbage borough. It happens.
Yes.
I mean, the island was pretty much built on garbage anyway.
Diaper shit too.
Well, that's true. But yeah, don't be offended on that. Everybody likes Staten Island. A lot of people don't like Staten Island. It just so happens that we have a group of people here that don't like Staten Island.
It's just we mean no harm towards it. It's just we can't fart in the wrong direction without a bunch of people getting offended in this generation, in this day and age.
And I shouldn't have to pay $16 to get there either.
Oh, fuck that idea. I'd rather walk.
If it goes up again, I'm never going to Staten Island ever again.
Seriously, and I don't even drive. And yes, people, I don't drive. You got a problem with that? Take it up with him.
Yeah, you can take it up with me.
There you go.
You might get a big finger in your face, but that might be besides the point.
You might even get 2 if he feels generous.
All right, so final comments on these blithering idiots. You could take your pick from the 4, because at this point, I'm speechless. Dopey fucking asses. But I will say, however, that just to add a very quick blip into this, that I earlier today came across a quick video of a cat fucking a chicken, and this has to be added real quickly, because who in their right mind is sitting there recording that and find that like comical? It's interspecies erotica, and it's just weird. But that was like the dog fucking the horse.
Right, it was like the dog fucking the
Except
horse.
it's a cat fucking a chicken.
He was just trying to get his eggs.
When this interesting material becomes available, we got to shoot the next stupid news on that one.
Absolutely. So stay tuned for the next stupid news segment and listen out for the cat fucking a chicken story. It just blows my mind. Cats fucking chickens. What the fuck?
So you're not going to use the Carlin line on that?
Why? What kind of social life do these guys have?
No, that fucking that blows my mind. They'll blow me.
That does blow my mind. Now blow me.
Yeah, but I'm not doing it.
Not you.
So we're going to leave everybody off on that note.
Yes, we will.
Jim, say goodbye.
Fuck off and good night.
And we'll all catch you on the flip side.